give that to them so that they can kind of, if they vote to still have it, and do that, and then they can let people know too that there's gonna be one in the fall for their foundation. So I just think that us coming together as a community and working together is something that we want and that we need. And I'm excited to see what's gonna come. Being on the 4th of July weekend, I think that we will have a huge turnout, but it is July 1st, so we'll see. But like I said, Administrator Lippert has wanted to work as a community and us all work together, and I think that this is a great thing. There's only one other show and shine for side-by-sides that I know of, and that was in Arkansas. So it's not something that, because kind of side-by-sides have really blown up, it would be a place that we could potentially do the show and shine and make a mark for St. Clair to bring in more people. All the safety is covered. There's not a whole lot that goes into it. It's $25 for a driver and unit, and then $25 per passenger that's gonna ride. So I mean, it's an easy way to raise funds in that. And I know that Lomdale on their ride makes $20,000 to more for their school district. So it's a good thing for us to be able to do. And we are going to have trophies and awards for like best of show, custom, stock, just like you would a car show. Any questions?
When do our side-by-side permits expire? July something, isn't it?
Already ordered and ready to go. They expire July 31st. So we've already ordered the new ones, and we will be doing a side-by-side registration in June. And July, and at the event, if anybody wants them when I'm there, I'm gonna go ahead and do that at that.
Which will also help encourage,
More people to
Well, sure,
register.
especially if there's gonna be more rides.
And the registration for the ride, they do have to provide insurance and show that they are right. And then we're actually gonna let Jeeps that are street legal and registered also join in the ride if they would like to.
Very good.
Where is your starting point?
Our starting point is
Crooked.
Chamber Foundation. We're gonna start at their property over there by Certified Collision because there's enough areas to park the trailers and all that at. And they were gracious enough to let us do that. And then we'll end at Orchard. The other cool thing with it is that whenever we do the ride, we'll be going through town, so it'll almost be like a parade of side-by-sides as well on Main Street on July 1st for when we first go through, which we'll announce so that if anybody wants to watch them.
So are you gonna go up like towards the 239 and then come back through town?
Well, we don't know if the 239 overpass is gonna be done or
It
not.
should be, they only have 60 days.
We're hoping that it will be. If not, our plan is, because a lot of times nothing goes through the plaza, to potentially go down the plaza, go up Paul Parks, and then back out again, and then hit Main Street. And then the reason why we're gonna do that is because we kinda have to, so some of the people that are bringing, they have big tire machines that are really big, and the road's bad for their wheels. So we need to bring those back and drop them off at the police station so that they don't, and then they're gonna hop in with other people to ride the rest of the ride because they don't wanna tear their machines up, which I don't want them to either.
But if it goes as we planned, there'll be a lot of American flags and a lot of patriotism and
Yes.
a lot of excitement. And, I mean, when the tractors all parade through, I mean, my heavens, there are people lining both sides of the street the whole route, so. We think it's gonna be a good way to showcase St. Clair, a good thing for the business community. And just to show, we're not gonna charge veterans too, right?
Correct. So any military personnel do not have to pay to be part of the ride. Being July 4th, I think that it's the right thing to do is not to charge anybody that's military for the ride. And I just think that it's the right thing to do, patriotic thing.
So it's a city-sponsored event. The only drain to the city will be, obviously, potentially some cleanup in the parks and extra, trash that will be cleaned up. But it's not like any other
And I'll have
big
volunteers.
event, and we'll have volunteers to do that. So, it's, in terms of cost to the city, we don't really, most of this is just connected through email and social media, so there's not a printing cost.
Correct. And Eventbrite is, so they'll be able to register online. So we don't really have to do registrations today. It can all be done online, so that will all be done. It also keeps record of everything money-wise through Eventbrite, which is a great feature to have so that you can see what's coming in and what's going out.
My apologies, what time was it?
So that, to be determined was the time, but it's probably going to be 10 o'clock. Have registration from like 8 to 9, and the ride will probably start at 10. One of the young ladies at the meeting the other day made a good comment that I wasn't even thinking because of how the weather is. It was, hey, you know, my razor gets hot inside, and she's like, because at first we were thinking like 2, and then like ending at the park at like 4, and she had mentioned that, and I was like, oh, you're right, because I know mine gets really hot too, and so it's July, so there's a chance that it can be really, really hot. The good thing is though too, is with a ride, you can do it rain or shine. The rain's not gonna cause
Sure.
you to not.
And they'll all be judged as they depart.
Correct.
So it's not like you have to sit around and wait hours for judging either.
So by the time they get back to the park, and they start the marble portion of it, we will be able to announce the winners for like the show and shine and all that while they're doing that portion. Also, we'll be able to pull attendance tickets to give out attendance prizes, so they're not going to be bored. Things are going to be happening. And I have my daughter's boyfriend who is going to supply us with the sound system and everything, so there's no charge. He's going to be able to do that for me that day. So he can do that until 4 o'clock that day, so it also works with moving it up.
Are you gonna use the stage?
My plan is
Use
to.
the stage, yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, that would be my hope. I don't know. I haven't heard anything back from anybody that was planning on doing anything further that day. So it will just depend on what we find out and what we hear there. But yes, that's what I would like to do. And I would like for the Chamber Foundation to be in the large pavilion for their portion of it.
Are you going to allow them to park on the grass at the park?
The soccer field, the same place where they park for fireworks.
Well, the difference between parking for fireworks is that when you're driving one of those, you're a little revved up already, and you want to be cute, and you want to feel your tires.
Oh.
So are you going to nix that?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna tear up the soccer field. They'll be driving up there very nicely. Or they'll have to put up with them.
Well, that might not scare you, but if you point that finger, you're so
The other thing too is the football Falcons are doing a pretty good job of tearing it up on
Yeah,
there.
already, it's already gonna be true.
Yeah, that grass is gonna have to be reseeded anyway and planted, so.
Yeah, but yeah, we shouldn't have, I mean, if it's wet up there, then we're gonna have to figure out like maybe the cul-de-sac area, or maybe even the trail area. They're not heavy like a car, so maybe they can just park on like the concrete part. But yeah, no, I'm not going to. I would be very upset with that. And if it is, then I guess I'll have to get some sod.
The one thing is, and I'll preface this, is all of this is a save the date when you're seeing the flag. So, I mean, none of this is official. We wanted the board to say, yeah, that's a great thing, or no, we don't want you to see it do it at all. Before we move forward. And again, you'll see it says save the date. So we're just proposing this. This has just been the planning stage, but you know, the clock is ticking on trying to get the word out. So, and then, you know, we proposed that money would fund the all-inclusive mall abilities project. Again, all the money's going to come into the park board or to the park fund. At that point, you know, I mean, it's park money, so that you guys would have a say on how that money gets earmarked. But we would like to say that it's going to board, you know, all-inclusive playground. But that is your guys' choice. That was just what we proposed.
is money for change.
Yeah, you went to that.
And Chris needs a side-by-side to ride in, since she's never been around a side-by-side. She has no clue what a side-by-side is, so if anybody wants to ride it, or if she wants to ride one. I would, but I want to keep my job.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Next, we have the Summerfest application, June 10th, 2023.
Before you get into that, are we okay to proceed? Do we need a motion to proceed with city?
Sounded like it was good. Motion to proceed?
It's up to you, Mayor. I don't know. If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
It's just gonna be a park function.
Well,
You know, but
since we don't have a park board, perhaps we need to make a
Well,
motion.
that's fixing to change here in a couple
Yes,
weeks.
so I'll make a motion that all plans presented initially be put on go for the event for July 1st.
May I have roll call, please?
Alderman Klein.
Aye.
Alderman Dover. Alderman Beeman.
Aye.
Alderman Van.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we have a Summerfest application for June 10th, 2023, from 1 to 9 p.m. Administrator Lippert.
I believe they are here to speak on it, are you not? I thought somebody in your shirt.
I got four of them, that's all. That's all I have.
Go ahead. You state your name and address.
Karen Healer, 119 Ringwood Drive, St. Clair, Missouri. This is our third year doing this event. I feel like the majority of it has been error-proof. Every year we have our meeting to discuss what went wrong, what didn't go right. We've talked to the chief, the mayor, and I think we've worked out most of the kinks that have not been satisfied through the years. So, like I said, we plan to close the streets at 1, and the event itself will start at 3. So what this is it's a cruisin', not to be confused with a car show. So basically, the lineup starts at 3 and then they continue down Main Street. This year, we decided not to go past the tracks. So the tracks to the right of Hibbard, what's that street called? You guys got it. No, the other way. We're stopping right there at the tracks.
Right there, you got Irish Court, you got Frisco, you got North Main.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes. Frisco, yes. Yes, right there. So we're not going past Frisco, so we're gonna stay inside there this year and then go down more towards the shoe factory, towards Kitchell.
Kitchell to the tracks.
Yes.
Can you describe for me, because I'm ignorant, what's the difference between a car show and cruising?
See, I didn't know either. And the difference is that there's a lot more work involved in a car show. There's judging, and when we started working with the different people in the area, they kind of explained that the lengthiness and the expense of a car show. So you're buying trophies and plaques for every first place and second for every class. So there can be up to 15 classes. So it gets a little expensive. So we decided to make it a cruiser.
So what they had at the Elks a couple weeks ago, is that just a,
Dust off.
that's a dust off?
Yeah, that was the dust off. I don't know that there's judging there, so. Yeah, I don't think
So they're judging this.
So we do a best, so this is also classic car, well actually any car, we don't say no. If you pay the registration fee, you get to come in. But we also do bikes. So we have a best bike, a best car, and then we have, we usually, what is the other one?
We're trying to find the mayor again.
A mayor one, correct.
Chief of police.
Yes, so typically, like last year and the year before, I think we had all 3 of those involved. So the chief of police and the mayor and the fire also. Judging, and then there are awards for those 3 winners.
Like prizes or monetary awards?
So there is a cash prize, and there is also trophies. Everyone who registers gets a dash
So you move the event later this year?
Yeah, we're still, like I said, it's our third year, we're still trying to figure out where our sweet spot is with it. It's called Summerfest because it's summer, so we did try to listen to what everyone else wanted and try to push it back in the afternoon. Still gonna be hot at 3, but you just never know in June.
Is the motion on
I do want to go ahead and, there is the emergency site plan that Chief and I discussed. And when he gets back, I plan to talk with him. He suggested 4 officers for this event, and we were perfectly fine with that. My mistake, I should have realized and addressed it with him that we were only doing half of the space that we did the year before. So I don't see that 4 are necessary. I'm gonna see if he's okay with 2. I mean, obviously if he says no, but I'm also concerned on where these 4 cops are coming from if they have other places to be for the day.
Well, I'm assuming he's bringing in officers that aren't on duty, would be my assumption.
So I do plan to.
First time I heard about this. First time I heard about this, so I don't know anything about it. Because she's been talking with him, so,
Yeah.
you know.
So I do plan to reduce it to 2 if he's okay with that, since we're only in that short space.
Okay.
If he's,
Yeah.
well, that.
And excuse me, because
Sure.
I'm the new guy in town, and is it just you guys that are doing it, you and Jennifer, or you guys?
No. So we have an organization called the St. Clair Downtown District, and we've been around since 2018. And we put on events for Main Street. So our main focus is Main Street, to bring life down there, because it's pretty quiet without
Are you
us.
guys, like, you're not part of, I guess, the chamber, then, or are you just a downtown group? I mean, are you a 501c3? I don't know anything about it, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I want to see through.
Okay, and then, so you guys do this, is it more of a fun, like, I always describe things as a FUN or an FUND raiser? What is this more?
So we try to split our funds. So I don't know, I'm gonna call it both. Because we use the money that we make to go towards planning future events, because we do try to make the downtown inviting for business owners and such. Because there is a draw when you do have people out of town come visit the businesses. But we also give back, so it's both.
Well, there you go, he's looking for money for his downtown beautification project.
So we are working on that. We do have a committee that we've started over the last 2 years, and I'm gonna be completely honest. The board is ran by majority of business owners, so us finding the extra time to pull a committee together, but once we get it together, it usually runs pretty well. So I've, off the record, talked to the mayor about what we need to do next in those steps, so our committee's ready to move forward with that soon.
Well, I'm just thinking as a money, that, you know, I mean, if you know, if the city's gonna benefit, that's great, but, you know, maybe if there's a little bit of an return back to the city for the, you know, downtown beautification, that'd be really nice.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. We are trying to grow. The event takes a few years to grow, but we are working towards having enough to be able to play with, to make the city better down there.
But otherwise, it's just, basically, you guys are just having a residual fund, you're just pooling it to eventually get bigger, is that what your
Yeah,
nonprofit does?
right. We're trying to get bigger so we can give back more.
Yeah.
Yeah. These events are expensive, so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, so.
great to me.
Right, we've been doing them since 18, and you'll hear about our other event that we do in the fall.